Hey guys, my name is Addy, and recently I entered my first year of college. Now this video isn't meant to give you some kind of secret sauce that's going to fix you. However, my hope is that some of you are able to relate to my experiences when it comes to schoolwork and generally getting things done. So back when I was a kid in elementary school, I always despised schoolwork. And I didn't just despise it. I loathed it with every ounce of my being. There was genuinely nothing I wanted less than to have a booklet in front of me that I had to get done. It didn't matter if it was one page where all you had to do was count apples. I hated it. And it would always make me feel so just angry and frustrated. Throughout my school, my grades fluctuated dramatically from A's to D's and back again. It was consistently inconsistent throughout all my education. This meant that I wasn't dumb, and that I obviously was capable of getting good grades. Because of this, it seemed like the world believed that I ultimately just wasn't trying. That because I waited till the very last second, and was sometimes able to knock it out of the park regardless, it basically meant that I was just lazy. Because what other explanation could there possibly be for it? And I believed it too. In school, I think I got to the point where I really just started to believe that I was lazy. And that there was something wrong with me. When I was a kid, all I wanted to do was play Minecraft. I would wake up at 5 in the morning, every morning as a kid, so I could play it before school, because it was basically the only place where I felt I wasn't lazy. I cared about the things I built and made, and everything I did in that game I did with intense focus and intricate detail. I think the reason I was able to enjoy that so much was because I was just a kid. I didn't have anything to worry about, ultimately, and when you're young, everything new is just that exciting. I think this was a big reason why the idea that I might have ADHD was never considered, because I obviously was capable of focusing and putting a lot of work into things. It just seemed like I could never do that for the things that I had to get done. I have ADHD, and it was only until the middle of high school that I decided to get tested for it. Initially, this felt amazing. I wasn't lazy. I just had a really hard time focusing on things that were not incredibly interesting to me. And I even started my journey with ADHD meds. However, this didn't last long. None of the ADHD meds I had tried worked for me. And around this time, I had other friends who had ADHD or were getting diagnosed with it. These were the people in my classes who almost always got good grades, or always bounced between A's and B's. These people didn't need medication. They simply just tried harder. They figured out some good work ethics and tools so they could get it done. I understand that ADHD can present itself in different forms for different people, but at the time, this genuinely made me feel like my life was ending. Like whatever came next, I couldn't do anything about. Because the only way I was ever able to get schoolwork done was by getting myself so angry and so frustrated that after 4+ hours of not being able to just do it, that eventually I would feel so physically exhausted and emotionally drained that I would just get it done. Literally, the only way I could get myself to do work was to put myself in an emotionally crippling state, and then I would subconsciously do the work. This made doing things that I enjoyed miserable too, because the weight of having to get this work done was always looming over, making it impossible to play or do anything that wasn't super stimulating. The only thing I felt I could do was play shooter games, and get so competitive that my anger from those games would mask the frustration I had for myself for not getting what I needed to get done. This all just sounds gloomy, and generally just bad. However, somewhat recently, I was scouring Reddit for anyone who might even sort of feel how I feel, and I did. I found this Reddit post about almost my exact situation, and in it the person said one thing: If you were genuinely lazy, then you wouldn't have been this stressed and frustrated throughout your education and your life in general. This is all I needed to convince myself that I really am trying. Sometimes I doubt myself a little bit, but I try to tell myself this pretty regularly. I'm now in college, and I'm over this ADHD bullshit. Right now, I'm back on some new ADHD medication, and we'll see if it works for me. And I'm thinking about going to therapy that specializes with people with ADHD. Just so maybe I can learn about why I've always reacted to school and work in general with as much anger as I have and the way that I have. Recently, I've been stressed because I am in the middle of school and I am spending a lot of money to be in it. However, I also feel optimistic that I will get to the bottom of this, and hopefully I can operate like a normal human being when it comes to getting work done, or at least as close to normal as I can get. I understand that work and school isn't fun, but this is something different entirely. I hope that there's someone out there who finds comfort in knowing that there are other people who feel like this, and that you're not lazy. Because if you were, you probably wouldn't be watching this video right now.